What's up guys, Boris here, and today I'm coming to you guys with a walkthrough for the 40 stamina Buster Call Raid Boss Dungeon that was just released on Japan. I'm going to be using a Rayleigh team with Marco, Stronghold Frankie, Perona, and Usopp. Very, simple team that I tend to use for a lot of dungeons, and it covers all types, and it covers a lot of range of abilities. So, the dungeon itself is actually one of the easier raid bosses in my opinion. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of the bosses have very low HP, but that is the trick. There are actually, I think there's like 4 or 5, I haven't counted yet, I only ran the dungeon twice. I think there's like 4 or 5 different actual bosses, and they all drop on 40 stamina guaranteed. So that is a really cool, definitely an awesome raid boss if for people who maybe are starting off. I'm not sure how good they actually are from what I've actually looked at. My first impression of the units, they're not actually that impressive. And they tend to have low stats, but I don't know. I'll let you guys know in the future if any of them actually end up being pretty useful. Now, like I said in the beginning, the cool thing is that there are actually like 4 to 5 different bosses in this. There might even be 6. I'm not sure, but you fight all of them. You fight all of them in this 40 stamina, and they all tend to have low HP, so really easy to kill. That's why Rayleigh team is really good, because you can focus all your attack on one guy and pretty much take him out in 1 or 2 turns. So here what I'm doing is I'm just just stalling for getting the special ready just in case I need them. Turtles actually do not do a lot of damage, so it's a really good place to stall on. Like I said, I just took damage from 2 turtles, get all that back from 1 meat orb. So this first guy here, again, he's not too tough. I'm going to take out the guys around him. And you'll see me like change targeting around this whole dungeon. There are a lot of enemies on this dungeon, and it's like there I missed, so I just quickly switched over back. But for the most part, you should be able to take these guys out pretty easily. I do want to say that the trick to beating this dungeon is knowing what each enemy does. And so for the first 4 rooms, it doesn't really matter. They don't really do anything special. In fact, in the first 4 rooms, the main thing you want to watch out for is not letting the guys in the back attack, because they can actually what they'll do is they'll seal units that are good against them. So just like a normal raid boss, you have those guys, and they can be really annoying if you don't take them out first. So I kind of recommend making sure they do not attack. Do not let those guys attack in the back. Now this guy here, what he does is that he'll change your orbs every 2 turns, I believe. So again, this is not something that you have to worry about too much here. And like you see here, I actually got wrecked by the 2 guys in the back. However, this guy has a 4-turn cooldown, so I'm just gonna let him attack me. It's not that big of a deal. I do have Marco to heal back up in case anything goes wrong, but for the most part, it should be okay. Now I took out the guys in the back, and I'm just gonna wait out these last 3 turns because he has a 4-turn cooldown. I'm gonna it's just ridiculous the amount of time you have to take him out, and anything once he does damage, I can just heal back up if necessary. So I guess that's enough for this one. I'll see you guys in the next room once we get to the next boss. Okay, so now we're going to get into the more difficult parts of the dungeon. These guys are a bit trickier to fight because this guy will seal a random unit every 2 turns. That's another advantage of using the Rayleigh team, is because Rayleigh is able to unseal him in case anything happens, as you'll see here. Now he is a yellow unit, so although his ability is pretty threatening, you can take him out pretty easily because of your Rayleighs, especially if you get a purple orb. So you see here, he'll seal my captain, but no problem because I get to use Rayleigh's ability now. And not only will I use Rayleigh's ability to unseal my other Rayleigh, but I'll also deal damage to the guys behind him, making this room a lot easier. So there you go. Now it's just him left. And now you have 2 turns to take him out before he seals another unit and attacks, which I highly recommend you guys do that. Otherwise, it's going to be a big pain. So, again, with Rayleigh, it should not be a problem. It should be pretty easy to take him out, as you guys can see here. And so I guess you guys can go ahead and start getting ready for the next room, because that's going to be the tough one for the Rayleigh teams. What this guy does, it's a new thing, I don't think I've seen it yet, where your combo can't go above ×2, which wrecks Rayleigh teams because their whole thing is they get their combo to like ×64 or something ridiculous like that. So you just have to wait out. It's only 5 turns, but you'd see pretty easy to wait out. In the meantime, you can take out the guys in the back. They go down pretty easily, even though you only have a two times combo. And while you're doing that, remember you have Perona. So you have Perona's special ready to use, and the Marco special as well if anything goes super wrong. But so far we've been doing pretty well. So again, it's just waiting out these 5 turns. It's actually pretty annoying, but yeah, once you wait out the 5 turns, you have Strong-Willed Frankie. That'll deal massive damage. You'll be able to get to 2-shot him. You might even be able to 1-shot him if you really need to by using Frankie's special. Frankie's special again is really good. 1.5 times orb boost, but it gives him a red orb as well. So if you need to use it, go ahead and use it. If not, you might want to save it for later, because the other rooms are kind of a bit difficult, not too hard, but it might be nice to save it. So here it goes. The debuff should end now. There we go. And actually just get a red orb naturally. So I don't need to use Frankie. Should be able to 2-turn this pretty easily, like I said, guys. And once we're done with that, we can move on to the next one. And the next one's going to be a bit difficult as well. But let's just, I guess let's finish here. Finally, take Onigumo down. And let's move on to the next room. Now, this guy... this upcoming guy, he's going to put up a debuff protector. So no Usopp. So you pretty much just have to take him down with brute force, tank a hit or two. That's where your meat orb is going to come into play if you can heal back up. I mean, I heal about 2,000 per meat orb, so it's pretty ridiculous. However, here I think I'm just going to go straight for the kill on the guy. Like I said, they don't have too much health. So you might consider just taking those guys out. Or if you want to tank a hit, you can do that as well. And you have Marco again. So here you have a lot of options with this team. This team is very versatile and it's really, really good. I mean, that's why I really like Rayleigh. Rayleigh is a really, really good cat, especially with the good support units. But yeah, as you see here, I'll probably just take a hit or end up taking him out. I can't remember what happened here, but let's see if I'm able to take him out here. It's like I'm probably not going to be able to. And oh, and there's a big trick, guys. I keep forgetting to tell you guys. If you get any of them below 20%, they tend to do a lot of damage. So I would definitely be careful. Don't put them below 20% the time they're about to attack you, because I mean they can do upwards of 30. Like one of them does 30k. This guy actually does 30k if you put him below 20. So be very careful. But I think by now most of you guys know that. Most of the recent raid bosses do that kind of stuff on 40 stamina. I'm not sure if they do that on 30. But yeah, so this guy, I'd say this guy's probably the most difficult one, and he's just went down. Primarily because you can't Usopp him, but just don't mess with Rayleigh, you should be fine. So we're on to the final room. The final room is Momonga, and what he does is he puts up a shield, so he gets a 50% damage reduction for 3 turns. And here's the trick, guys. This is a trick. He'll summon reinforcements after 1 turn. So on my first run, I actually died because I used Rayleigh here just to clear out the guys in the back. But he actually will summon some guys in the back. So yeah, so I just use Marco to heal back up to full to make sure I'm safe. And I'm just going to go ahead and take out Momonga. The longer he lives, the more reinforcements he'll summon. So I definitely recommend trying to take him out in 2 turns if you guys can. 2 to 3 turns, because otherwise it'll be tough dealing with him and the reinforcements that I keep summoning. So here you go, he will summon them. And thankfully I was able to save one of my Rayleigh abilities, so I can use it now and clear out some of the guys in the back. As well as use Frankie here to make sure that those purple orbs will be enough to finish off Momonga and be able to defeat the dungeon. So you see here I'm going to use Rayleigh, and this will clear out some of the guys. The Rayleigh special is really strong. And that's the problem. On my first run I used both of my Rayleigh specials, and then he just summoned those guys back. Now he's got chained into infinity pretty much. So yeah, here you go. Manga Get those purple orbs. And okay, so I didn't kill him here, but he has one more turn. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much does it. That pretty much does it for once you kill Momonga, then you just have the fodder units left over, and those guys go down pretty easily. So this has been the Buster Call raid boss dungeon. Pretty easy. Kind of disappointed in the units, but again, who knows? One of them might actually end up being used for something. I guess I'll leave it in the comments or something if I find it out. But let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the dungeon. It's actually a pretty fun dungeon in my opinion. Just like I said, the units aren't that good. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this long walkthrough of the Buster Call raid boss. Let me know down below, and if you have any questions regarding treasure cruise. And until next time, thanks for watching.